Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to hear you guys. I'm from HSBC. I head recruitments there. And just listening to you, as a bank, we are very keen to hire veterans, okay? And when we think of roles for veterans, the first thing that comes to my mind is maybe a senior role in administration or, in a back office. But the truth is that, we're in the sales business, right? So we want salesmen. It could be a junior salesman, it could be a senior salesman. How would veterans work in a sales environment? If I have to put someone there in a senior role, how would that work? Just wanted to get your thoughts on that. Thanks.
Will I walk back? I will allow the lady to answer, and then I will answer the question very specifically.
Okay, so thank you for this question. Specifically, I was waiting for this kind of a question. When it comes to business roles, we generally, right now we have already talked about all those things, that we have this CV thing getting mapped to your JDs, right? So probably you will have to definitely get and sit with those veterans who are probably approaching you for these roles. And when it comes to sales, what is sales? Yeah, you want to sell something, right? You want to sell your product, you want to sell your services. In military, it is always about, while it is, I would tell you my own experience, I was on the customer side. So I know your customers probably very well, because I was on the customer side and I was, interacting with a lot of OEMs, a lot of global OEMs and a lot of other government agencies that formulate the rules and regulations and the legal things, okay, for businesses. When it comes to procurements of aircraft or say high-tech equipment, we have dealt with those salespeople who have been selling those things to the giant customer that is Indian Defence. As he said, as per our budget, we have 30% of budget secured for defense. Where does it go? It goes in the hands of these people who are handling all these things and dealing with salespeople. So we are on the customer side and we understand what the customer wants. So probably when it comes to your sales, what you need to do is make a person understand only about your products and the processes. The rest of the things, the negotiations, the foot in the door, and all those things will be taken care by that person because he is scientifically trained and experienced already on those things. And one important thing is risk and investment. So when it is a veteran, your risk that you will take will not go waste, and the investment that you will do will be for a longer run. So it is not only about sales, but it is all about different roles that you can explore with veterans.
Abhijit sir, 90 seconds.
Okay, ma'am. So thank you for the question because this I will answer slightly differently. This is what I tell every HR that I meet, because I used to teach interview handling skills and things like that in colleges as a part of soft skills, which I used to teach in a lot of colleges. Okay. My advice to HR would be, whenever you interview a veteran, right, ask him about his life and what role has he done in the armed forces. Once you do that, you will immediately be able to understand, has he been on a desk job or has he been on an outdoor job? That is extremely important for you to identify, because there are two categories of people in the armed forces. One who have been on the field and on the tarmac and who are running around. Use them for your external work, because they have that experience. They will not give up. They know that they will love the life outdoors. There are others who have been in the office. Keep them in the office, because if you don't match that, if you put the office guy outside and the outside guy office, okay? If you put me in an office and ask me to work for even 4 hours a day, either you will leave or I will leave. I'm giving a very blunt example, right? But that is a fact. And that is what I tell an HR or any recruiting agency that recruits veterans. Don't just ask him professional questions. He's more than qualified. He will show you degrees because he will have degrees. Today I hold an MSc, an MBA, a PhD, an ATPL, and so on and so forth. So I can give you all those qualifications, but they don't mean too much. My experience, today I have done consultancy for 3 films. I was not trained in films, but I have done consultancy for 3 films. I go around doing motivational talks. I'm a TEDx speaker. I'm a happy coach. All this has not come out because of formal training. This has come about because of experience. At the age of 18 and a half, I was responsible for 40 cadets under me. What is the kind of experience I got? I was responsible for the life and death. To what extent? If one of the cadets fell sick, I was kicked. If a cadet didn't perform, I was kicked. At 19, if you're responsible for 40 lives in that manner, that is the kind of experience you get. Right? Similarly, the guy who's worked on aircraft or who's worked in outside job, you tell him, I want you to run around, I want you to cover 100 kilometers a day. He will do it without any complaint. He'll enjoy doing it. But if you tell the office guy to do 10 kilometers, he'll say, I've come to the wrong place. That is the distinction that you and Select have to make. Because every veteran will give you the same CV. He's had the same experience. All of them are trained in the same manner.
I hope that answers your question, ma'am.
Yeah, just
Ma'am,
one
we
thing
need
that
to quickly summarize.
Okay, just one thing that I want to, tell you, because I understand where this question is coming from. These days, it is a trend that, you hire under diversity, inclusion, and diversity hiring specifically. A lot of HRs are reaching out to veterans to hire them. But because the gap is not bridged, what happens is a veteran joins, he serves or he's employed for maybe 6 months or a year, and then he switches. Because in that year, he or she understands, okay, I have landed in a wrong place, right? So to avoid this, the first steps, as sir said, are very important to do. And then you can have a little longer association mutually. So that first part is very essential to avoid any kind of, frequent changes. Because no veteran would join you just to switch in a year. So that is one important thing, I feel.